Hey Tube Tech students, looking for a way to support the channel and stay safe this holiday season? Well, why not check out the limited edition Diddles and Didlet Padodu mask. These masks will only be available from the
Princess won't be left out anymore!
The trio is finally complete. Princess has officially joined the Padodu crew. She's only available from November 30th to December 26th, so get her while you can. How's it going, Tube Tech students? It's your boy Diddles, and I would like to welcome you back to the final dramatic Diddles of the month. As I said in the last one, I know we didn't get 31 videos, but that's because I refused to do daily uploads. Even when I tried to, I said no. So for the last one, I decided we needed a guest. What's your name, buddy?
I don't know. What is my name?
I don't know. We'll call you Garfunkel. All right, Garfunkel. Me and Garfunkel have read a lot of fan fictions in the past. That's actually what got me started on... Shut up, Garfunkel. No one asked. But yeah, me and Tiego have been reading fan fictions for years. It became a tradition to go to the church across the street and just loiter in the basement while looking at a picture of Jesus Christ and read terrible fan fictions. That's how we got our start, and that's what inspired me to do dramatic Diddles. Ma'am, put your tits away. I'm not gonna let you be here if your tits are out. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Okay, but yeah, it seriously was a tradition for us to read terrible fan fictions at our church's lock-in every year. We would find a terrible one. We've had mini classics that are still over on my old channel. I wouldn't recommend you go watch them because Young Diddles is based, and I don't like based Diddles. Ma'am, am I gonna have to punch your fucking teeth in? There are plenty of classics out there, like Hot Pink, the story where Sonic grabs his son by the throat and choke slams him into a plate of pancakes.
Oh, that's a classic.
We have, what else did we read?
The one with the LPS and Brandon.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think we read that one at Zion. I think we...
Was that it?
I don't think we did. Oh, we read some VeggieTales fan fiction.
No,
Wait. It was that one LPS fan fiction where like they didn't want to say who was they didn't want to like write it correctly. Instead, it was just like Pennyling, Russell, let's fuck. Russell,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Pennyling puts penis inside of her. Oh.
I'm bored.
I'm bored, Penny. Yeah, we've done with that silent mime, dear. Russell, that was easy. Now what? Penny, make me the doggy.
What?
Rape face.
What the fuck?
Asterisk, rape face, asterisk.
What does that mean?
Russell, I think you never tell me that. Be mine.
Asterisk boner.
Boner.
Asterisk.
I remember it'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning and we'd just be laughing our asses off at some of the worst fan fictions ever.
They're so bad because the writing is so terrible.
Now, I didn't tell him what story we were going to read today because I wanted him to be genuinely surprised. It is a classic, one that we've read before.
I'm trying to think about what it could be, but I'll know it when I hear it.
But before we start, Tiego, I only have one question for you.
What's this question?
What is that delicious smell coming from your left pocket? I think it's safe to assume that he knows.
Yeah. I know what it is.
For the last dramatic Diddles, for the last dramatic Diddles of the month, we will be reading Lemony Pet Shop by whatever their name is when I look them up.
Is your comment still on that video?
Yes.
Another video.
Moist Fapper. That was me. I am letting the world know now. Moist Fapper was me. Diddly H do. What's the H stand for? Hand job. All right.
Why'd I look up H? Why did H anime show up immediately?
So we're fucking after this, right?
That's what I thought.
Oh, all right, bet. All right. So this is how things are gonna work out now that we're 12 minutes into the video. I will be playing the role of.
That's definitely be edited out.
Yeah, I will play the role of the narrator and the titular character, Brandon.
How are you gonna convince people that you didn't write this?
My accounts on fanfiction.net are this was written by Unusual Paradox. I hate my life. It doesn't help that I'm making so I will be playing the role of narrator and Brandon while you play the role of Zoe Trent.
Okay.
Hey guys, today we're gonna be opening some blind boxes. I hope she's doing okay. I know I make fun of her a lot, but I genuinely like her. I'm taking off the hat so you can see my black face. All right. Wait. As soon as those words left my lips. So what do you say we cue the music and jump right in?
I don't want to, but sure. I'm scared. Every time I hear that, I just think of Leaking Loud and it scars me.
Yes. The next thing you know, I was balls deep in my sister. And she's like, oh, so what? Is he gay too? I'm like, oh, so you think every gay parent is going to have a gay child? No, but yes, he is. Author's note. Hey, unusual paradox here.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. How's it going, guys?
Now, I have a few disclaimers to take care of before I start.
I need more than just a few.
First, Littlest Pet Shop and its characters, along with all intellectual property, belongs to Hasbro and its affiliates. Second, this is a work of fan fiction and is mine. You're very proud of what you're about to write, aren't you? Third, there's a lot of sexual content within this miniseries, including zoophilia.
It wasn't a series, was it?
No, it's a single chapter. He never came back because he realized what he was doing was wrong. With a healthy amount of human on human and feral on feral content. No, it's not, because this is a single chapter. So if that isn't your thing, or you may be offended, don't read. Besides that, there isn't much else to say. The premise of the story is a Rule 63 kind of universe. Blythe, her father, and the friends more often than not will have a gender reversal roles. So yeah, that's the weirdest thing about it.
Are you sure?
I will glaze over the events of the primary episodes, but will most likely reference events to give a sense of chronological timeline and to better fit the story into continuity. So without further ado, let's begin.
I'm terrified.
Chapter 1. Give that dog a bone.
Asterisk, boner asterisk.
It was a warm and sunny... Sorry, I know what's gonna happen and I hate it.
Don't they live in downtown city?
They do. It was a warm and sunny day in New York, okay, as Brandon took one of the shop's pets out for their daily walk.
Wait, so it's still a her?
Yep.
But her name is just Brandon.
No, her daily walk is referring to Zoe Trent, the dog.
Oh, okay.
The dog. The dog Zoe Trent. A gentle breeze tugged at its wavy shoulder-length brown hair. And the sun's warming... Don't look at me. And the sun's warming rays tingled his lightly tanned skin. I don't think so. Zoe did her typical dog thing, sniffing trees, panting happily, and barking at the occasional butterfly or pigeon. Bark, nigger.
Bark.
There you go. Central Park was rather lively, fitting for the nice weather and bustling metropolis that engulfed the small park. Small in comparison to the city, that is. Squatting, Zoe lifted a leg and urinated on a small patch of fresh green grass. Impartially watching, Brandon spoke. Why? How are you guys so comfortable doing your business like that? Zoe's response was immediate upon finishing her potty break.
Darling, we're animals. We don't have the same... What does that say? Sense of decency that you humans have.
She said, glancing at him, as she scratched the grass behind her with her hind legs. 2 weeks ago, this act would have shocked him, maybe even make him question his sanity. But since his accident with the dumbwaiter, I wonder what that accident was. He was coming down in the dumbwaiter. A truck crashed to the back of the building, sent the dumbwaiter launching out into the middle of the road, where it was run over by 7 cars in a row. And then he crawls out of the dumbwaiter. I'm a zoophile now. Oh, after the accident with the dumbwaiter, he's had time to come to terms with it. You see, he could talk to animals, and they talked back to him, but he could actually understand them more than any other human could. Shrugging, he responded, I guess.
I know,
retorted Zoe. Glad I'm not a mewing kitten or drooling mutt. I'm sorry, he apologized.
No offense taken, Brandon.
I want to die. Good. I guess I should watch what I say from now on, he told her. I mean, you guys could get offended by some things I might say.
You guess.
She echoed in a tone that implied he should. Thank you. I will edit that in post. Hoping to change the subject, Brandon finished in...
Oh no. He finished in his pocket.
He took his
Wow, a
dick,
dog pissing?
took his whole pants off, inserted his shaft into the pants pocket, and just let it all out.
You don't have a sock. There you go.
You don't got a sock, you got a pock. It. Hoping to change the subject. Brandon fished in the pocket of his gray sweater and produced a small blue ball. Oh, he definitely has those.
Not for long.
Hey Zoe, you want the ball? Instantly forgetting the conversation, Zoe dropped low on all fours and wagged her tail furiously. That's you!
What?
What?
That's you!
No, he's talking about me. Alright.
Or me.
Get it, do you? Damn.
You will.
You Instantly forgetting the conversation, Zoe dropped low on all fours and wagged her tails furiously.
Where are we? Yeah! Yeah, I want the ball.
She replied. You want it? You want it? He repeated, teasing the terrier. You want it? You want it? He repeated, teasing the terrier.
Yes! Yes, I want the ball. I really want the ball.
She yapped, jumping up on her hind legs to show that she really wanted the small sphere. Then,
I hate how writers make up a million different words to say one thing. I hate it.
Then go get it, said Brandon, lobbing the ball into the bushes.
Arf, arf, yip, yip, Odie.
Yipping excitedly, Zoe tore after the ball and returned the object to Brandon a few moments later. Good girl, he enthused. Give me the ball. Dropping it obediently, Zoe returned to her playful stance as she waited for Brandon to pick it up and throw it again, retrieving the now slimy toy and tossed it further in the same direction. While Zoe searched for it, Brandon sat on a nearby bench, oh no,
Oh, it's starting.
and relaxed, letting the shimmering sunlight dance across the face and hands. Not the face and hands, his face and hands. It doesn't matter. It's the last one. It's the last one of the month. I don't care. I'm not rereading that. It felt heavenly. Zoe reappeared a few moments later and deposited the ball at his feet, and once again. I'm sorry, I've been reading Lil Sonic all month, so I can't read anymore. I'm seeing words where they aren't there. Zoe reappeared a few moments later and deposited the ball at his feet once again, and Brandon picked it up to throw it for her. After repeating this process for a while, Brandon noticed that Zoe was breathing hard and her tongue hung out of her mouth as she panted heavily.
As most dogs do, yes. I'm not saying that again.
Alright, Zoe, I think that's enough for now.
Twice.
Shut up. You don't tell me how to play with my dog. Do you understand me?
I'll tell you how to play with your balls. Give me your ball.
Alright, Zoe, I think that's enough for now, he said, placing the ball back into his pocket, and Zoe pouted. He laughed. Come on, let's just relax for a little while before I take you back to the pet shop. I can't leave Russell in charge for too long. He's already got a big enough head as it is. Which one? Hedgehog penis! Reluctantly, Zoe agreed and hopped up onto Brandon's lap, where she curled up and rested.
Oh no.
Closing his eyes, Brandon sank deeper into a depression, realizing what the Lord was about to make him do. Bruh. Zoe? Brandon? Brandon! Closing his eyes, Brandon sank deeper into the wooden bench and felt the wind and sunshine. It was so nice. The sunshine, does it brighten up your day? Closing his eyes, Brandon sank deeper into the wooden bench and felt the wind and sunshine. It was so nice. Blearily, he yawned and smacked his lips.
You spit on the dog?
He spat on the dog. It would be so nice to just get a few minutes of shut-eye. A while later, he was prodded awake by something poking his thigh.
We're doing this in a church.
Blinking his eyes open, Brandon realized he had fallen asleep and anxiously glanced at his watch. 12:30. So he had only slept for a little half a bit.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, that sentence is kind of weird.
Yeah.
For a little half hour.
So he had only slept for a half hour, but still. Then noticing the prodding feeling in his leg again, he turned his attention to Zoe, who was sniffing his leg and nosing at it. Was she trying to get the ball? She saw where he put it and knew how to get to it, so why was she nudging his leg? Zoe, what are you doing? He inquired, a puzzled expression crossing his face. Oh no. Startled, Zoe jumped and looked guiltily at him.
I smell something.
She admitted.
Whatever you got in your left pocket smells heavenly.
But I don't have anything in my... He began, then flushed a bright red as he noticed a familiar shape bulging from his thigh. How did he get an erection? Did it have anything to do with Zoe sitting on his lap? I'd hope not.
I sure hope not.
That is a dog.
Brandon, what's wrong?
She asked. Nothing, he hastily replied, hoping his hard-on would disappear. Just stop.
Why?
Because. Brandon didn't know how to explain it to Zoe, or even if he should. Eventually coming to a conclusion, he decided to tell her since she was just a dog after all.
Exactly.
Even if she did understand, it was no more embarrassing than her taking a leak in front of him.
Oh no.
How old is the dog?
It's a dog. Let's see if this is the year I can read this sentence without laughing.
You lost.
Well, that's my penis, and well, it's aroused. Zoe's eyes widened.
Where the fuck are we?
Is that the delicious smell?
Maybe. I can't smell anything, but I don't have over 1,000 olfactories like you.
How do you make it go down?
She asked. Brandon shrugged. Usually I take care of it, but if I leave it alone, it should go away, he said. Zoe thought for a moment.
Would it go Fuck.
Yes.
Would it go away faster if you took care of it?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Maybe, Brandon admitted.
Well, go for it.
She prompted. What? Brandon blanched. What did you just say to me, small dog boy? She said jerk off in the park, dumbass.
That is a dog.
Brandon, I know you're not about to fuck this dog in this open park.
You fucked a horse.
Does he ever tell you how many other people are in the park?
No.
It's assumed. It's a park.
Yeah.
Is he fucking his dog?
Is that boy sitting on that bench talking to and fucking his dog? How
Why
cringe. What? Brandon blanched. Right now? In public?
Why not?
Because that's personal, not to mention inappropriate.
Niggers are weird.
Just completely unrelated. Big Mac's just in the park.
Niggers are weird.
Brandon and Zoe turn around and to their shock see a 6-foot-tall red horse playing on his PSP in the year 2021. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Humans are weird.
Sniffed Zoe. Brandon didn't respond. I wouldn't either. It wasn't going away, and this conversation wasn't helping. Why? Why is this conversation not helping? I'm Chris Hansen. Hansen. I'm Chris Hansen. Aaron Hansen, the long-lost son of Chris Hansen.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I love how you made a JonTron reference.
That's as close as I can get to him.
Nah, you can just quote when Aaron said the N-word. I wanted to ask Aaron at Scribble Showdown if he remembered when his wife Susie said the N-word 7 times on stream.
Is she black?
No, she's white.
What was the context?
I think she was like quoting what someone else had said when they got mad because she was talking about how ridiculous it is how people would like resort to like using that type of language. She was like, oh, and then he just got so mad. He was like, oh, you nigger, and I'm just like, Susie Q Hansen. Zoe noticed this and also observed that it seemed to swell and pulse slightly. Ew.
Now, what if I took care of it for you?
She asked. Brandon paled. Man, that is hard for me to do. Brandon paled.
Down, my knees buckled.
So, I'm sorry, my knees buckled while I was sitting down. True story, by the way. I was on a I was on a Discord call with one of my artist friends. I'm sure most of my audience knows. With one of my porn artist friends, and I was trying to find a picture of Rose Quartz because we were gonna do a collab, and I saw one picture that was so godly. My knees buckled while I was sitting down. I was like, oh fuck. and he was like, what happened? I'm like, I just saw the best picture of my goddamn life. My knees just buckled. Brandon paled and stared at Zoe.
How do you go from that to Brandon paled?
Brandon paled and stared at Zoe. You serious? His incredulity clear in his tone.
I am.
Brandon didn't know how to respond. Part of him wanted to accept Zoe's offer.
Why?
That's the part of him that's going to jail. But his more logical side tried to repress this urge. It shouldn't be an urge, buddy. This should be an immediate no. She was a dog. Exactly.
Is a dog.
He was a human. It was just wrong. But still, there should be no but there, sir. But still, his subconscious persisted, and he reasoned that Zoe did offer. And was sentient enough to... No. He couldn't. Shouldn't. Glancing down at Zoe, he saw her looking up at him with her violet-colored eyes and cute cocked head. Well...
Nice cock.
Nice cock, Zoe.
Computer.
Jensen, no, put that dog down. Well, maybe it couldn't hurt. Caving in.
What?
It took no convincing at all to get this man to...
Fighting demons in his head, bro.
I mean, I still see her shadows in my room, bro.
Can't take back the blowjob she gave me.
Well, maybe it couldn't hurt. Caving in, Brandon nodded and stood up, forcing Zoe to move on to the bench. Well, okay, but let's find a little more private spot, he agreed. Perking up at the acceptance and possibility to play with whatever he had in his pocket, excited the small lapdog as she jumped down to follow him. Brandon...
He's just walking around the park with his dick all hard.
She just falls off his lap.
I just imagine her jumping down to the ground, and God's like, no, this isn't happening. So he breaks her leg as soon as she makes contact.
No cheese.
So only the humans are gender bent, not the animals.
Yes.
It's like rule 62.5.
Rule 60.
Gay zoophilia?
I'm going to shoot you
I'll shoot myself.
and then shoot you again. Brandon had a fair idea of where to go. There was a hollow surrounded by thick bushes and completely hidden unless you knew what to look for or stumbled on it by accident. That means someone's gonna accidentally stumble on him fucking a dog. Setting in the hidden cops? Setting in the hidden copse, Brandon propped himself up against the wood of the thick elm tree and took a quick breath. Nervous as a thief caught red-handed, Brandon unbuckled his belt of his pants and unfastened the button. His musk became stronger, and Zoe found herself getting aroused as well. Moving closer, she waited impatiently until she pulled his pants and boxers down a few inches so his member could poke out.
She doesn't have thumbs. How did she pull?
She got a mouth.
Don't worry, LPS isn't good at art. I'm pretty sure she had thumbs at some point.
She's like, what, a foot? Yeah, let me pull them down for you.
Yeah, she just like grew a thumb.
She has a mouse. You can just yank him down.
Yeah, and I hope she nips at his balls too.
Comes to pull them down, accidentally biting his balls.
Brandon deserves it.
He does.
Brandon absolutely deserves it for what he's about to do. Released from the relatively restricted area of his undergarment, his shaft snapped to attention and pointed straight up. While it was merely a modest 6 inches in length
Oh, you know, a modest 6.
and about a
That's
half
big.
inch in diameter, it seemed huge to the tiny terrier.
Half inch? That's not that big, is it? Because this is a like, isn't like this like an inch?
Yeah?
How you rocking 6 inches but like that thin?
Nigga got a pencil dick.
What?
Nigga's packing, bro.
No, it isn't. No, diameter's. Is it half a circle?
No,
Is radius is half? How are you rocking 6 inches long but a half an inch wide?
Damn.
Is that white dick?
Yeah, that's that white dick. That's that BWC right there. Released from the relatively restricted area of his undergarment, his shaft snapped to attention and pointed straight up. While it was merely a modest 6 inches in length and about a half an inch in diameter, it seemed huge to the tiny terrier. Despite its size and odd shape, Zoe was entranced by it. It was pure white, with like his skin.
How ashy are you?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't like to lotion my dick. I'm sorry. It was pure white like his skin, but paler, and it had a bit of extra skin covering the head. Oh, he's uncircumcised?
Uncircumcised.
Ew. Thin blue veins could be seen around its exterior, and it twitched slightly. Noticing Zoe's hesitation, Brandon spoke up with a quiet whisper. If you don't want to, we can go back to the daycare, and I'll take care of it later. He told her in a hushed tones.
Out of context. We can go back to daycare.
I wanted the kids to take care of it. Dash, come here.
I don't like this.
It's okay. Dash doesn't feel the pain because he goes so fast it doesn't even register that.
Oh, I thought you were
He
talking
did
about the baby.
That's Jack Jack. Jack Jack?
Take her coat. Get her out of here.
No,
Replied Zoe in an equally hushed tone.
it's just that I've never seen one this big and skinny.
You live with a homie. Y'all not gonna smash?
It's just that. It's just that I've never seen one this big. I mean, I've seen Russells, but I was tiny compared to this.
I should hope so.
Oh, I should hope so.
murmured Brandon.
Okay, so I lick it like this.
Asked Zoe, drawing her wet tongue across the backside of his tool from the base to tip.
As you should.
I see the line and I don't want to say it.
You're gonna have to.
No.
You're gonna have to.
Brandon shuddered from the touch and nodded weakly. Ew, yeah. That's great, Zoe. More like that. Eager to please and to taste his unique flavor, Zoe lapped her tongue along his pecker in quick, repetitive strokes. She grows thumbs. Brandon groaned quietly and closed his eyes.
Are they closed?
Yes.
Are you groaning slightly?
Wow, we're in power saving mode already. Brandon groaned quietly and closed his eyes as to let his body ease to tension in his back and shoulders. Shut up. Zoe placed her paws on either side of his pecker and lowered her lower body to the ground to get a boner position. No, to
What?
How long is your body?
To get a boner position.
prone bone. Now we're talking. And lowered her body to the ground to get a better position and focus on her task. Zoe licked diligently. Hello? Zoe licked diligently for several minutes before Brandon grunted and a few drops of pre-cum began to appear at the end of his shaft.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see if I can read this one without laughing.
You failed already.
I'm smiling, I'm not laughing.
No, you did. You're laughing.
This is you laugh, you lose. Lick my balls too, please. That doesn't count. You made me.
It counts. Maybe next year.
Lick my balls too, please. I mean, if you want to.
You know,
He
it's
asked.
sexy.
His balls? Zoe paused. Did he mean this fleshy sack hanging under his dick? Shrugging, Zoe gave it a few test laps, and Brandon grunted contently in response. I don't know about you. I'm sorry if this is too much info for my subscribers. My ball. I'm one of those kids who gets undressed at the urinal. Hey, I'll get right back to the story. The first time I went to Disney with Daishan and Wesley, we stopped at Chick-fil-A for food. And I walked into the bathroom because I'm like, man, I really got to piss before we get back on this 8-hour drive. 22.
This was like last week.
No, I was 21, I think. Yeah, it was my 21st birthday. And I walked in there and I looked at the urinal just in time to see an old man pull his pants all the way down to his ankles.
You saw an old ass.
And the worst part is my brain has been destroyed by humor so much that I heard the Soulja Boy, you, as he pulled them down. I turned my ass back around and I left that bathroom. I walked out. No, I only saw his ass, and you just like, are you Soulja Boy? I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry. I love you, chicken. I'll see you later.
From that guy's point of view, some black kid walks into the bathroom and saw his whole bare ass.
Started laughing at him and then walked out. Well, not as hairy as Russell's, they did have some fur on them, but not enough to bother Zoe. Alternating between short, quick licks on his scrotum to longer, wet licks on his shaft, Zoe found she rather liked the taste and wondered why people didn't do this more often.
Maybe because it's illegal.
Probably, yeah. As Zoe licked and teased his dick in coin purse.
What?
The fuck did you just call my balls?
Who calls their balls a coin purse?
This person, apparently. Brandon just relaxed and rested against the tree trunk with eyes closed in contentment, letting the spaniel's wet tongue wash over his extremities. It was illegal.
No.
No.
Highly illegal.
No. Magical, actually. Brandon became so lost in the sensation that he almost didn't notice when a small object struck the back of his head. It was a police's baton. He almost didn't notice when a small object struck the bush they were hiding behind, causing a rather loud rustle. Is it Russell Ferguson? Freezing and holding Zoe still for a moment, Brandon listened as a young boy called out and another shouted back, not even daring the breath. Brandon held still as the boy dug in the opposite side of the shrub for a few moments, fishing out the small object. After what seemed like an eternity, he heard the boy say, "I got it!" and scrambles away from the thin veil between him and Brandon. Damn. SMH. With the uninspected intruder. Intruder? Brandon, put up a picture of the intruder. I don't know if you'll shit yourself when I put that up, but we'll see. Have you never seen The Intruder?
No.
I'll show you. I'll show you when we stop recording. I am inside your home. I found your dad. You're next. When the uninspected intruder departed, Brandon let his breath out with a relieved sigh. Looking down, he noticed he was nearly suffocating Zoe with his meat stick shoved halfway down her throat.
Zoe is just dead.
Oops, he said as he eased up on her head. Sorry, Zoe. To his surprise, Zoe didn't seem particularly angry or annoyed. Instead, she looked up at him with a sloppy grin. Say it.
Don't worry about it, Brandon, dear. I like that.
Bitch. You did? He asked her, his surprise clear in his tone. She replied, giving his shaft another lick.
I actually wonder. I'm not finishing that.
Finish it. Finish it!
I actually wonder if it would fit in my other end.
Other end? He wondered. After another millisecond, he understood what she was talking about. Looking her over, he grew several doubts. I think you might be a little small, Zoe. I wouldn't want to hurt you. Not to mention, it would be very awkward to explain to your owners why you're limping lately.
He's
Later.
really that confident in his dick game.
Bro, you got a pencil dick. She ain't gonna be limping, buddy.
Oh, pish posh. I've taken a golden retriever before, and he wasn't much bigger. I don't know how I feel.
You know what? You know what? I was 100% okay with this fan fiction until they implied that my Zoe was not a virgin.
Yeah, she a tree, bro.
How?
Not only did she roast your dick.
It's about as small as a dog's.
I'm just like, damn, Zoe, you are pure. You turned down a relationship with
This author really said Zoe for the streets.
right? You turned down a French poodle because you said your career was more important than love, and you out here taking dick from golden retrievers. You know what?
Not my Zoe.
Fuck you, Zoe.
Well, this one specifically.
Yeah, fuck this Zoe specifically. I am now a Pepper stan. You know Pepper wait until marriage because she's a good girl. She's a good girl.
Why are dog animals getting married?
Shut up. A golden retriever? Brandon realized it was possible and briefly marveled at how elastic some females could be in their anatomy.
Okay.
Female humans are dogs, sir.
You gotta specify.
Thinking it over, he agreed. Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
If Zoe said she could handle it, who was he to question it? Carefully lifting her up and positioning her over his fully erect member, and slowly, gently lowered her onto it. To his surprise, it was rather easy to slip his rod into her lubricated love tunnel. He guessed she must have been more excited than he'd initially guessed.
I'm not hard.
Because this is expertly written, bro.
Did you sit not attract other dogs?
Yeah.
They are at a party.
You know what? I know I've been making fun of you this whole time, but you bring an excellent point.
That is a pretty good point.
This is a dog part, and you mean to tell me that if a dog starts releasing their pheromones, it's like, yo, hold up. Is that Zoe Trent from the streets? Yo, let's go. Zoe let out a small whimper as his first 2 inches eased its way in and let out a pleasurable shiver
4 more to
as
go.
the other 3 slid in more easily and readily. Oh,
I thought
fuck.
he had 6 inches. What happened?
Well, he obviously couldn't get all of it in. He had to leave an inch out. He lost an inch. God punished him for fucking a dog by taking an inch away immediately. Almost immediately after that, Brandon grunted as he reached his own orgasm. Wait, no, I'm on the wrong
I
paragraph.
was gonna say he stuck in and immediately came.
Oh! Brandon held her still as he let her adjust to his size. It did not take long for her walls to open up around his sausage. Once they did, Brandon began a small pace as he reveled in her gently squeezes and reveled in her gently squeezes and massages. As they motion. All right, so he's sort of losing points in grammar and punctuation. I think he might be masturbating while he's reading this. So now he's like, oh, gently massages and squeezes. Like he was right at the point of climax to where you can't keep your eyes open anymore. You're just like, ah, yes, makes sense. The author's name is. As they motioned became more fluid, the more Brandon and Zoe both relaxed and enjoyed the simple pleasure that came from it. It didn't take very long for Zoe to reach her limit as she let out a hushed yip as her fluid slashed onto Brandon's pole and crotch. Almost immediately after that, Brandon grunted as he reached his own orgasm and shot his hot load into her womb.
How do they feel?
They don't.
They don't.
They go back to the pet shop.
Come leaking out of this dog's pussy as they walk past Mrs. Twombly. She's like,
Why do you smell like him?
Mrs. Twombly's like, Brandon. You're like, yes, Mrs. Twombly. Did you fuck one of the day campers again? I sure did, Mrs. Twombly. It wasn't piddling, was it? As if. Expended. Brandon rested back against the trees and met Zoe's eyes. Shut up. The small dog instinctively and gratefully licked his face twice.
So he got nut on his face now.
Yeah. Pulling himself out of her, Brandy placed Zoe beside him while he pulled his jeans and boxes back up with the cum? Okay.
Damn.
In a rather dog-like fashion, Zoe lapped up his leaking seed and enjoyed the sweet and salty taste of his cum. Once both were finished and ready to head back to the littlest pet shop, Brandon clipped the leash back onto Zoe's collar and stood up to make sure the coast was clear.
I don't want to distract you. I'm scared.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Brandon clipped the leash back onto Zoe's collar and stood up to make sure the coast was clear. Leading Zoe out of the thicket as nonchalantly as he could, Brandon began his fairly quick-paced walk back to the shop. Nigga, you better be sprinting. You have just committed a crime. This is not a felony. This is a crime. You are looking at prison time, not jail time. This is no longer jail. This is prison. Glancing down at Zoe, he smiled warmly. Thanks, Zoe. You're a good girl.
Certainly not.
She replied jestfully.
But I'd like to do it again sometime.
Brandon blushed a light crimson. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Oh no, they saw me fuck the dog! Oh, no. Back at the pet shop, Russell was trying his best to keep things under control. Sunil had been... Vinny. Oh, no.
You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
It's over. My career is over.
Gotta cut that.
Sunil had been practicing his magic and attempted to make Pepper's rubber chicken disappear. It failed, but Pepper didn't find the act amusing at all. She began chewing out the hapless mongoose when Vinny, Sunil's best friend, stepped in and called Pepper's jokes lame. Yeah, your jokes are fucking stupid. Yeah, that's Vinny Terrio on the floor. Gecko, yeah. No, that's Sunil, the one I almost lost my career over. When the three came to Russell, he tried to get them to apologize to one another. Sunil did, but Pepper refused to, believing she hadn't done anything wrong. You know, this sounds like a more interesting plot than what we just read.
Everything
You do is my pet peeve. I'm going so crazy around you. Nerves are going afray. Whatever you... Brandon. Sunil and Vinny began shouting again, and Pepper returned their joint barrage with equal heat. Finally, Sunil threw hands and exclaimed that all women were the same, and Penny happened to overhear. He threw hands.
He did.
All women are the same. Being somewhat of a feminist, Penny took offense at the phrase and got involved in the squabble. All the while,
So,
Mink...
is this just a completely different story now?
Yeah. All the while, Minka looked on both bemused and entertained by the spectacle. When Brandon and Zoe entered, Russell looked up and spoke.
Oh, thank heavens. Brandon, the pets are fighting and I can't get them to stop.
Brandon frowned. I leave you in charge for 1 hour and I come back to this? Glancing at the clock, Russell replied with,
It's actually been 3 hours, and where have you been? Wait,
He was fucking a dog for 2 hours.
wait, what's that smell?
You do a Pepper.
It wasn't me this time.
Called Pepper.
No, it smells
I
like...
saw Hedgehog and I thought Sonic. I'm like, what the fuck is Sonic doing here?
Hey, did you just fuck a dog in the dog park?
That's no good.
No, it smells like...
Suddenly, the hedgehog's eyes widened when he realized what the odor was.
What exactly have you...
He was cut off by Brandon punching him in the mouth.
I would argue that a hedgehog nut doesn't smell the same as a human nut.
Nah. I mean, it depends on what Brandon ate beforehand. He was cut off by Brandon speaking to the pets. Okay, come here and let's try to settle this. Zoe patted over next to Russell, who gave her a questioning glare.
You didn't do what I think you did. Did you?
Whatever are you talking about, Russell?
Asked Zoe, giving him a vacant look.
Ah, never mind.
Turning her head away from the hedgehog, Zoe grinned when she rested her eyes on Brandon. Author's note. So this is the first chapter of Lemony Pet
First and
Shop
only.
by me.
By me.
So anyways, I do take requests. So if you have a pairing you want
you
to see in the
stop?
next installment,
Don't have to do that. Don't do that.
go to my profile and PM me. I will respond as soon as I can. And when I have a rough draft for the story, besides that, I don't have any interesting commentary, so read and review at your leisure. Until next time, this is Unusual Paradox.
Goodbye.
Zoe, please step on me. And that was Lemony Pet Shop, one of the greatest, well, not good. It's
wasn't good.
Morally, it's awful, but one of the greatest fan fictions me and Tiego have ever read. Do you have any closing thoughts before I give them their grade? Co-ed Tiego?
I wish that I didn't have to sit through this again.
It's not co-ed. It's something else.
Co-host?
Paraprofessional.
I wish I was in a different class. One that didn't have to study this. Whatever this is.
How do you feel knowing this is canon to How to Tube?
I sure hope not. I don't want to be like at some kind of panel one day. Someone brings this up and says, "Oh wow, that hand. Wow, I didn't know it was actually. This is the thing that turned Lance gay."
So yeah, let's jump to the grading portion. Grammar and punctuation, honestly, I didn't notice a lot of mistakes.
Until the end when he started jacking off.
Yeah, like at the end where he started to beat his own meat while writing, I could notice a couple of mistakes. But other than that, you did very good. Probably the best I've read so far, except the Miraculous fan fiction. That one was just perfect. That's the only one.
Well,
You know what? Even better, because they would have caught that mistake and fixed that. That's why they're the only ones who got a 15 out of 10. If that's not the grade I gave them, then 20 out of 10. Story.
can't be happy when this thing exists.
I don't know how to grade the story without grading the characters first.
So, are you grading stories separate from?
From characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the story, when you grade story, does that count as, like, the writing or like the context, or the subject
context
matter?
of the story. I normally base it on how well this would fit into the actual show. If LPS broke one day and started posting pornography, how well would this fit into the context of the show?
Continue.
I mean, honestly, I don't see Blythe doing that, because Blythe, like, even if LPS fucking broke and started doing some raunchy shit, there's absolutely no way they'd be like, okay, let's just have Blythe fuck one of the pets.
Yeah.
No, they'd probably find a way to work Josh Sharp back into the show and just be like, oh,
Jasper.
yeah, yes, Jasper. That's how they work him back into the plot.
She got the BBC.
Yeah, she gets some BBC, the pets find out, and they're just like, hey, Blythe, how come you're so weird when you humans fuck? And yeah, that would have been more in line with the show. I don't see this exactly happening. I will give you a bonus point, though, for at the end, when you were talking about what the pets were doing. I can see that in,
Yeah, the ending. I
in,
can
in,
see.
in, in,
It's like
in
a
an
subplot
episode.
or whatever.
Yeah, that I can see. So I'm going to give you a +1. I forgot to grade you on punctuation and grammar. 9 out of 10. So for the first part of the story, you're going to have to get a 3 out of 10. But I'm giving you a bonus point, so we're going to make it a 4
What'd you
out
grade
of
it last
10.
time?
All for the end. Oh, I didn't grade it last time. I just
I swear
jerked.
you did.
I just jerked off while I read it. Now
While I was
for
in the room, I don't remember that part.
now for characterization, Zoe is a very helpful person,
Sometimes.
but considering what I said earlier, she wouldn't even date a French dog because she had to focus on her career. So, Zoe, I don't know if she would do that. I don't know. I guess it's different with Blythe because like they're friends. But I don't know. But the characters at the end, they really carried it. They definitely carried it. So for characterization, also Brandon, I would have given him a higher score, but he had my name, so no.
Yeah.
So characterization, I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10 as well. So 9, 4, 4. That comes to a 6 out of 10. But considering I came
it
in the middle of
average out
reading this, I don't know.
Because 9 and 4 is 13, plus another 4 is 17, divided by 2, it's like 8.5. Yeah.
8.5?
Yeah.
So it's an 8.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
This story is not an 8.5 out of 10, just
Well-
for the record.
Well, 8.5 out of 10. Sorry, I'm not good at math. You can see why I have the Parapro here to actually keep me in line.
Wait, no, you got to divide it by 3 because it's 3 things, right?
Yeah, 3 things.
Yeah, so it's 18. It was 18, right? 16 or 18?
9.
4, so it's 6. 9 and 4 is 13. Plus another 4 is 17. Divided by 3. What's 17 divided by 3? I don't fucking know.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 5.
No, it's
5.5.
not. No, it's not.
5.5.
No, it's not. It's gonna be like 2.
Divided by 3?
5.6.
Yeah, so I was close.
Black man.
So I was close.
You weren't exact.
Okay.
Brandon would have got it.
Brandon would have got fucked by a dog. So yeah, as I said earlier, 6 out of 10.
I wouldn't round that up.
I'm gonna round it up. I'm gonna give you an even 6 out of 10. Honestly,
5.6.
honestly, that was a good effort. In the realm of smut, I would say that's pretty good,
Almost
cause
smut. It was an attempt.
yeah, cause there's definitely a lot better out there. Like Russ, like Penny Ling, make me your dog, rape face. If you ever mention JoJo's around me again, I'll kill you. So yeah, with that being said, class is dismissed. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and leave a like on your way out. And with that being said, until next time,
Goodbye.
diddle out. No, but seriously, I'm horny. Can we fuck?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.